what do our leaders believe is the state of play, okay? Let's bring in Democrat, member of Congress, Representative Subramaniam, and Republican, member of Congress, Mr. Pete Sessions. Thank you very much for coming on together. It means so much to my audience to see right and left coming together to be reasonable. I start with you, Pete. The president, a lot of this was the stump speech, but do you echo his feelings about how this country is doing economically on his watch?
Chris, good to see you. The questions that abound in Washington right now are how we're going to have a Republican plan to take care of the health care issue. And I believe that this will be a huge win for Republicans. As you know, you've had me on for years. You've heard me tout that members of Congress and people who work for companies get a subsidy. That subsidy is pre-tax contribution, and we need to make sure that if you do not have that, that you get it. Because of the subsidy issue, it means that health care has gone way more expensive. But here's the biggest problem, and it's not news to you, that when I was on Obamacare for 6 years, I never once used my insurance. I used my deductible, and the deductibles are too high. So I would just tell you, you didn't hear the president say it yet, or at least we didn't yet, and that is that Republicans have to have a new health care option and possibility, and I think we'll do the right thing. And I think we will, for some 120 million Americans, allow them the opportunity to have the exact same subsidy that someone that works for a company that has employer-provided health care, to have that for their individual accounts. And I think this is going to be awesome, and I think it will be a huge thing for the American people and for costs.
Well, I look forward to that discussion, Pete. And when you guys put meat on the bones, you're welcome here to make the case. Suhas, look, you can't argue that people need subsidies, especially for the ACA, but also for the 120 million or so that gets it through their employers or other collection groups. But let's talk about why. The reason why is because costs keep going up. And that's what has to be addressed. Otherwise, you guys are just going to use more and more of my money to help people who don't have as much money as I do pay costs that we can't seem to get under control. Do you believe Democrats can play to advantage on this issue? And if so, how?
Well, you're absolutely right that the biggest problem in healthcare is not just coverage, it's cost. And so even if you cover everyone and or as many people as possible and try to subsidize the healthcare that they receive, in the end, we're still not tackling the issue of cost. And so the cost of delivering care right now is so expensive. The cost of going to a hospital. I mean, I served as an EMT, and people were more afraid of going to the hospital in the ambulance with me than they were of their ailment. I mean, that's how bad things had gotten. And so that's what we also need to address as well. And I know a lot of people are putting together legislation on Capitol Hill. It needs a vote, and we need to make this bipartisan. It needs to move forward in Congress. We've been talking about costs for a long time, but we actually need to do something about it now.
All right, gentlemen, let me go. I'm tight on time because the president started very late, but you're both welcome back to discuss once the plan is on the table. We'll give it more time here than anywhere else. This is the issue. This is what matters to the country, not who in the administration is gay or the Epstein files or any of this nonsense that becomes clickbait. You are welcome here to discuss what matters to the majority every time. So thank you very much, members of Congress, and we'll see each other again soon.